my goodness, great morning, everyone. Well, the puppies are out on a bark. One of the neighbor's dogs out there is barking, so they're going to go bark back at him. Oh, my goodness. So I'm going to do a quick read this morning. We'll pull out the cards and look and see what they have to say. I'm just going to use my Lenormand deck and just see if it's going to let us know direction things are going, what's happening. What's happening. I was watching Tim this morning, and please be kind. He is going through a very difficult time with his father's dementia. And some people are just so freaking entitled and just, telling him they don't want to hear about his ill father. They just want to see him doing the cards. Well, they can just go piss off. Okay? They can go piss off. Unbelievable, the entitlement of some people. He gives what he can give, and he deserves to have some support and compassion during this time, rather some assholes over there saying, we just want to see you read the cards, okay? We don't want to hear about this. Then they can watch something else. Go away, okay? I have no patience with people like that. Just like when I see people littering and throwing garbage out and making it, I don't understand people's entitlement just to throw garbage out. Okay? It just, I don't get that mentality at all. Anyway, let's see what we have here this morning. So what's driving it are cuts. When it comes to the lights, a lot of explosions and fireworks going on now. When it comes to the doorway and looking at, guess who? Trumpenstein, okay? The Mango Menace, okay? So let's see what the cards have to say. So the reading is about the topic, the dark mentality. Let me move this out of the way so we got a little more room here. The dark mentality when it comes to the future happenings and his short-term success. Okay? So the energy coming into it is about his businesses and this control he's trying to exert when it comes to his work and the things he's doing by dead of night. Okay, the dark elements that he's doing. Yeah, he's having some short-term success with that, like his meme coins and all the things he's doing. Okay, so what's going on today? We have the craftiness, the deceptions, the craftiness, and looking to see more what's under the surface going on with him, and a heavy wheel of karma that's playing out, the crushing wheel. Now, this card, for me, is like the ring, commitments, other things you have with other people, but it's also the heavy crushing wheel that is taking place. So the challenger, the messages he puts out, when it comes to the health of long-term happenings, could also be his physical health, but let's see. So we have potential outcome, his narcissism, his deceptions that he's doing. When it comes to the friends, the supporters, and extra information at the heart of it, the heart of his narcissism, there are conversations going about the deception and his attempting to anchor in these friends for the long term, okay? So again, what's driving the reading is cuts when it comes to the light on these arguments. There's explosive things happening when it comes to Trump. Extra information, at the heart of it, conversations being anchored in, okay? Conversations are being anchored in. Now, if we go ahead and look at this, the foundation, short-term success by the dark of night, but the heavy wheel is turning on the long life and these friends that he's had, okay? Because he's loyal to no one, okay? So it's about the future control underneath the surface, the health when it comes to his deceptions, deceit. Above it all, we have the dark mentality when it comes to his business, the craftiness and messages coming out of his narcissism, okay? So the dark mentality of his narcissism, the friends, he's only having short-term success with them. That's all going to crumble. So under the surface, what we have in the center of the reading is being under the surface. His craftiness is having the heavy wheel of karma, okay, crushing things that are coming. When it comes to controlling under the surface the health, okay, that's not going to go well, trying to control his health. And under the surface, when it comes to the businesses long term, what's going on with that? And his dark messages, the messages he's putting out by dark of night. When it comes to control, future things are looking under the surface. Again, his business he's doing by dark of night. The mentality, the dark mentality, the crushing wheel with that, and short-term success when it comes to controlling his craftiness, his drama he's doing. When it comes to the health, there's a message about the long term, what's under the surface with his deceptions with it, the friends and his craftiness that he's trying to do, his deceitfulness, and the crushing wheel to his health when it comes to his narcissism. So that crushing wheel to his narcissism could be pointing to, again, his dementia and the other things, the mini strokes, the dementia, the things that are happening with his heart, his health, that's taking place now. So we'll go ahead and do a clarifying read and just see what it says as well. Just want to put these cards in. You know, I just keep trying to put them in at odd places, not all together, so that they don't come out in a pack again. Okay. So give these a ruffle shuffle and we'll look at the clarification of it and see what it says. But he keeps trying to align himself with people, friends, you know, that his idea of friends are people he can use, okay, and then they're dispensable. He's got no real friends. You can't trust a snake, okay? Like he said, point blank, don't trust a snake, okay? So at the very center of it is his health. The health, his health and the health of what's happening, where it's going. Things are moving towards his health. Okay. Yeah, and where he's going. He's moving inward toward the health, and the ship is moving towards his health. Okay. So where it's moving to is a path forward when it comes to his health. Okay, the direction path forward, the direction of his health. The foundation is Trump. Okay, Trump, his path forward, where it's moving to, the direction. Okay. So the path forward is his dark mental, the mentality, the difficult mental state being clouded over. We see him become even more cloudy. Like the other day, they had to pull him back from walking into a wall. And some people are coming, well, to be fair, he's in a place he doesn't know. You can't see a wall in front of you that you're walking into. Really? Come on. When it comes to the direction, it's about long life, it's about his life. And the dark mental state of his long life happenings, and what's new is coming out. New health concerns. When it comes to Trump, okay, new, more dark mentality that's coming in for the long term, this cloudiness. Okay, so we see this, the owl is the wisdom that comes out through seeing things that are not easily seen, seeing through the dark, okay, getting wisdom. When it comes to his more explosive nature. Now that happens with dementia or with some of these other things that are going on mentally. He just is exploding all the time. So the key, again coming into it, when it comes to knowledge, the knowledge about his explosiveness and all of the things that are now coming out, blooming, all these different elements. It's the cross to bear. It's a difficult time coming in. There are conversations perhaps about his heart, about his circulatory system. Light, more light coming out about his ability to control. Okay? And what's being anchored in is more of his dark elements. More of that dark elements. And the craftiness with the heavy wheel turning. Now, I did put these in all different places. They were not all together. Okay? They were not all put together. I continue to put them in all different places. So there's going to be more concern about his mental health and his physical health, his circulatory system. Again, his more confusions, his more explosive nature, the more of that dark mindset. It looks like more of that is coming out. Now, to be looked at. Now I'm going to show you when I put them in, these are not all together. I'm putting them in all different places in here so they don't come out again all together. Okay? So you don't usually see me doing that, but that's what I do so that they're not all in a bunch again, but they still come out together. Okay? It doesn't matter what I do. If they need to come out, that's what they're going to do. They're going to come out. So, yeah. But that's interesting. I'm going to pull, I think I'm going to pull as well more of a clarification with the tarot, just to back it up and see what else, if it has something else to tell us about this. Give these a good ruffle shuffle first. Okay, so what can you tell us about Trump's health? So the center of it, it's being juggled, okay? Concrete things now are being juggled. From the White House, the stability, what's being hidden. Okay, let's see what's being hidden. His path in life. Okay, the choices being made in life, being juggled now. So it's becoming more and more difficult for him. When it comes to the White House, there's an agreement that he's walking away. He is, again, distancing when it comes to his life path. Light is being shed on it. Again, emotionally, everything, he is walking away. The agreement is about those surrounding him taking action. Okay? They need to take action. There's an agreement because what? He is declining. Mentally walking away. Mentally, he's not there. Okay? He's not there mentally. Message about the actions being juggled, light on it. Yeah, mentally needing to get to a better place. And so this is by the White House. They're seeing that. They're putting out concrete messages, trying to work on things, but he is facing loss, more loss. More loss when it comes to his messaging, etc. Things are up in the air. Okay? Again, he's not grounded. He's declining. Things are being overturned. Okay? When it comes to the truth of it, the unmitigated truth, he's entering a tower moment. When it comes to being able to temper things, to have any kind of balance, that new cup is overflowing. Okay? Because he continues to try to figure out a next move for a victory, but he is having unmitigated burdens and not liking what's coming. When it comes to democracy, or it comes to just him holding on to his emotional health, because he's getting more and more toxic. Okay? When it comes to trying to carry these things he's trying to get away with. Okay? He's more and more pushed up against the edge, and more justice cases are going to keep coming against him with what he's trying to birth and where things are going, and the ongoing struggle taking place now. Okay? So mentally, physically, he is not healthy. Okay? They're trying to cover over hiding the choices he's making, because things are being juggled when it comes to the White House. It's more people surrounding him that are making choices, that are, putting stuff out there. Putting stuff out there. Okay. Now, I've heard the other day, too, that there were those in the White House. It's too hard to do this way. I'm going to put it down here so I can just shove them in the deck here, different places. That there were those concerned in the White House about his dementia. They see him losing it. There was somebody that was insider there that was putting that out. That mentally he is in decline. Emotionally, he's getting more explosive and more caustic and more, just his demeaning nature of hatred. More is coming out. Okay? We see him out there snapping and degrading news people because they ask him questions. Okay? So he is in absolute decline, according to the Lenormand and the Tarot. He is absolutely in decline. Now, if you're a Magatonian and you want to come over here and leave your nasty little comment, don't bother. Okay, just take it down the road. You can continue to put him on a pedestal. The con man and thief. If you want to elevate him, you be my guest. But it's not going to happen here. Okay? Just not. So on that note, I'll leave that here. We'll see you online.